But we are having great success in slimming down our government. It's been really very successful, and some took payouts and buyouts, and others took other things.
As President Trump praises recent efforts to save money, new this afternoon, a judge has decided that the mass firings of federal probationary workers is likely unlawful. This comes a day after the Trump administration announced plans to cut more federal jobs, this time for long-term employees. In a memo sent out this week, Trump senior officials gave agencies a deadline of March 13th to submit those plans. Tonight, we are on your side taking a closer look at how this could affect Oregon. K2's Christina Jarnelli is live outside Oregon Employment Department's offices right now.
So, Christina, you learned these possible cuts will likely impact rural Oregon more than urban areas.
Yeah, Deb, and right, the state's employment economist says that the share of overall jobs, so the federal share of overall jobs, is steeper in rural parts of the state, and the wages for those jobs are generally much higher in those than the average jobs in those rural areas. So the impacts to the local economy and revenue are going to be steeper there. There are just under 30,000 federal jobs in Oregon. That makes up 1.5% of all jobs in the state, according to the latest data from state economist Gail Krumenauer. She says that share is even steeper in rural counties.
For example, in Sherman County, federal government employment made up about 14% of the total. And actually for the top 10 counties by federal government share of total employment, the top 10 counties are all rural.
It's unknown at this point which federal agencies are set to see layoffs, but a memo the Trump administration released on Wednesday says the Postal Service and other agencies like federal law enforcement and military are excluded. Krumenauer says the Postal Service is the state's largest federal employer, followed by Veteran Affairs. The memo from the Trump administration says the VA is among agencies that will not implement layoffs until officials review its plans. The Department of Agriculture is also a very large employer in Oregon, with just under 4,000 jobs statewide. Lindsay Leahy, Unemployment Insurance Division Director, says sudden cuts to the sector in Oregon could impact customer service.
If there was a large-scale, massive layoff that were to happen, that could impact customer service levels, and we would communicate out again, talk to the governor's office, talk to other partners, see what we could do to lessen that.
The Employment Department says so far it's unable to tell how much federal layoffs have impacted the state. Those numbers likely would not reflect till sometime towards the end of March. We'll be staying on that and bringing you the latest. For now, in North Portland, Christina Giardinelli, K2 News.
Christina, thank you. And again, President Trump says federal agencies need to submit their plans for cuts by March 13th. That's 2 weeks from today. K2's on your side, continuing to follow this order and the potential impacts locally.